smash. In case, hit the follow button if you haven't already. We got a lot of like great Smash action, Tri-State, and more on your way if you hit that follow button, and even the subscribe one as well if you're feeling a little extra generous. But PS2 is the game #1 pick. We are Tri-State Stadium after all. Let's get it, Ubel.
Yeah, let's see it as we are getting our final match, final player to make it into winner side top 8. Final match for our commentary block as well, as you'll be treated to some different pairing that I'll disclose a little bit later after this set is done. But we've got some gameplay to watch over, some gamers to talk about, and some almost some stocks to see drop.
Almost, yeah, the up air just trying to fish with it right there, utilizing it right towards the edge right there to just essentially force Beast to go back to the stage, just utilizing, I should say, beautiful, like, not just spacing, but also conditioning, just trying to, like, sometimes, you know, it's not always about just, like, hitting an opponent with a move. Sometimes you just want to throw a move out, even knowing that it's going to miss, as that up air is going to take it right there against the whiffed up B by Beast, just to force them into a different position.
I think Beast is becoming a little bit too well-known, a little bit too watched, because that up B shenanigans comes out a lot and comes up a lot, and you'll see Beast rewarded for it plenty. Not that time. Mega is far too patient, really willing to play the dash back game, play that kind of, play more off of a quick draw and Ike's amazing back air rather than just the neutral air turbo, as we see many Ike players and Ike situations can kind of devolve into.
Yeah, you see him like really like having good situational awareness as well off the top. And speaking of good situational awareness, good one from Beast right there, recognizing to utilize the switch to get away from that up air right there. Just one good option that Pokemon Trainer has to get away from giant beefy hitboxes like that some other characters don't. Beautiful recognition. I love that empty hop right there. That was beautiful recognition of Mega recognizing his danger zone right there. He was chasing him down to get the dash attack. You know he wanted it, and he recognized the exact time that he knew he wasn't able to actually get in and that the dash attack would have whiffed. Beautiful stuff by Mega in that interaction.
Yeah, and able to not only recognize that one, but also recognize the jump away and take advantage of Charizard's rather middling airspeed. This Squirtle is going to need to put in a lot, as Mega was able to save their jump, but man, out of the corner, out of shield, it does not matter. Mega is just a man with infinite patience, but that landing neutral air is going to get caught. Beast able to put on a ton of damage in that ledge trap scenario, but needs to close out the stock as just little delays, and as they get longer and longer, Beast has to adapt further and further, and it's getting a little bit more difficult in this game too. But I love that play from Beast, taking advantage of Mega's patience and taking it to full effect.
Yeah, for sure. Good rising little nair right there. Try to get the combo started. A second one going to actually convert this time around. Looking like this might potentially be Mega's game to lose right here. Ooh. Going on up into the air, switching to the Charizard, which I imagine is going to stay out for the rest of this game at this high percent of 99. Beautiful double jump beautiful double jump up air read, I should say, on the part of Beast right there to get back again. But this is still looking like Mega's game to lose right here. But this is starting to be a Rage Charizard, and this character kills with all sorts of wonky percent, Ubel.
Yeah, luckily you have a little bit of weight on the part of Ike, but you're not trying to test it, as a mid-nair isn't going to convert into the up air, but that empty hop forward tilt, catching Beast, jumping, it harkens back to what you were calling out a little bit earlier in the early stock scenario. Mega would go for these empty hop grab, instant forward throw, just get a Beast out of shield, get Beast thinking about Ike's grab early, so that in late stock scenarios you have access to Ike's tilts or aerial callouts on jumps out of shield that everybody loves to do. It's little things like that, little ideas and seeds of doubt implanted early that Mega is so good at, and capitalizing on a little bit later. He's a very smart player using a character that not only is very flexible, given that Ike isn't exactly the most complex, but his just naturally good set of tools plays to Mega's mind games all the stronger.
Absolutely, yeah. It's definitely not something you want to fall into at this stage in the game, because a big part of like fighting against Ike, I'm not gonna lie to you, is learning how to deal with his neutral air. Like, Ike is definitely like sort of like a fundies check. Like, can you parry this? And if not, you might just have like a little bit of a hard time, especially if your character is not among the fastest on the ground or doesn't have very good ranged options of their own to be able to contest with the large disjoint of Ike. Ivysaur, ooh. But that up air has definitely got that in spades for sure if you're able to just keep that spacing and timing on check, as we're going to have Beast this time take the stock lead in game number 2.
Oh, going for another empty hop, that time with the jab, though. As I think Beast started with the Ivysaur in this game too, just saying, you know, like, if we're going to play a slower game with a lot more range checks first and foremost, then I'm going to play my character with a projectile. I'm going to play with them with these vines and have immediate access to Charizard in these long advantage scenarios so I can close out edge guards. Unable to do so there, but the stock lead is nothing to sneeze at.
And I love these empty hop jabs, like, by the ledge that we've been seeing from Mega over and over again. You know, just mixing up between the tomahawk jabs and the tomahawk grabs. Like, he's the kind of guy who definitely really makes up for, like, Ike's shortcomings better than a lot of Ike players that I've really seen. Like, he's definitely the kind of character where you really have to, like, mix up your stuff pretty occasionally to just avoid your options becoming too linear. Because early on, when we thought Ike was even better than, like, you know, the character actually is, like, very early on in the Smash Ultimates meta, the reason we thought that is because, like, none of us knew how to parry. Like, none of us knew how to get around his neutral air, like, at all. When, like, you don't know how to get around Ike's neutral air, that's when he just bodies you forever and just keeps you in disadvantage because that move combos into his imagination.
I mean, look at how long Beast has been in disadvantage, and that's not because of neutral air. That's because of raw up air and waiting out these air dodges. Mega doing a phenomenal job at just building this lead back slowly and steadily. Rome wasn't built in a day, and neither was that lead, as he was able to bring this back, almost getting caught with that in that quick draw, able to escape and able to take the stock with that rising back air.
Altea wasn't built in a day either, my friend, and neither was this Ike out here trudging with this character. What kind of eruption was that?
I love it.
It's taller than the spires of Mouse Kakaritu. That was absolutely raw. My good, and it worked too. Like, he only got like a little jab after that. That was crazy. And he's almost gonna die off the top. If he was either of the other Pokemon, that would have borderline been the kill. I think that would have actually probably killed Squirtle there, if I'm being honest, that close to the Blast Zone with that much rage on Ike. But Beast staying alive.
You know, that's the character specialist difference, where it's like, yeah, I know every single tool, and you're not gonna be ready for this one because you think that you're thinking of just the place where it's best at. I'm thinking of places where it can be used at all. And that's,
you see what I mean?
That's like, the Charizard difference too. Look at some of these landing up airs in order to pivot into a ton of damage, excuse me. Is we're sitting with Rage Charizard, and the early air dodge was snuffed out, not trying to fall into a Flare Blitz. Beast on his winner side stock. Is he going to fall early, looking for another forward smash? Oh my god, the delays, but that time pressing the trigger a little bit early as Mega, as they look more and more for these finishers. Back air won't do it, but at 140, you have a ledge trap, you have a jump call out that is fruitless though, and Beast once again gets away with their life and gets into a situation where Charizard can potentially do it, but not with that dash attack on the overshoot from Mega, closing out the stock, baiting out a jump just by getting near Beast's shield and punishing accordingly.